Welcome to the Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Josh Kimmel, Dave Campbell, and Justin Bauerle.
Welcome to the Week 12 Priority Waiver Show.
Yeah, I had to go back and look, and I was like, wait, which week is it? Everything is just starting to blend in as we get closer and closer to the playoffs.
This week has been a complete disaster. I want to say this up front real quick. Thank you for everyone viewing. Thank you for everyone that's tuned into the show. Make sure you follow us on X, Instagram. Do I sound distorted?
I mean, you sound sick.
Okay.
So
maybe it's my headphones because I hear the whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, you sound fine.
Okay. But I want to say I apologize to everyone who I ignored all week. Literally, even you, Justin, even Dirtbag Dave. I have been out of commission. I've been dead. I have not been well. I even did not do the show last night with Josh Wingate. Made him go by himself last night on the Beer and Sports podcast. But I'm back today, trying to get back into it. Apologies. I do want to celebrate. I clinched a playoff spot in Scott Fishbowl.
Same.
Apparently, allegedly,
Same.
Who knows? And so did Justin. So we are Scott Fishbowl playoff eligible. Dirtbag Dave is not.
Dude, are you projected to even? Did you look at all if you're projected to win?
No, I have no idea what any of this means.
I'm projected to lose by like 4 points, but it's fine.
What do you mean? How do you know?
So he put out a website. I'm gonna pull it up and see what you're projected for next week. But it basically shows like who's projected to advance to the next season or next week and who's projected to lose next week. So
that's with our starting lineups now.
I think it's just like average points that you score. So let's see. You are projected to be 1,367 out of the how many ever. That's a very close cut line. Your average is 207.73. And you need 208.94 to advance. So
all right. I'm feeling good.
I'm much worse off. I'm 1560 out of like 1600. So
feeling good.
Not looking good for me.
It's my first ever playoff berth in the Scott Fishbowl. I've been in it for 3. This is my third year. So yes, third year in.
I'm 1 for 1.
1 for 1. My first year was a disaster. I'm not going to lie. Last year was even more of a disaster because I got super messed up and drafted all the Cowboys. This year, I was smart, and I made the playoffs. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about priority waivers, but first, we'd like to do the top 5 players at each position in PPR scoring. Justin, I didn't give you this list. You know why?
You just pulled it up?
Because I just pulled it up. You know why? Because I'm sick of AF. All right. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence, he scored 32.2. He was your number 1 quarterback on the week. Brock Purdy, number 2, 26.7. He crushed it. Justin Herbert, it doesn't matter how many people dropped the ball in Los Angeles, he still scored 25.7 points. Third, Lamar Jackson, 24. And number 5, Mr. Average, Josh Allen himself, 23.5 fantasy points. I do want to say this. I don't really give out 6 much, but Kyler Murray was 6, 22.7. I had a little bit of an argument with some close friends, and they think Kyler Murray isn't a top 8 quarterback going forward, and it didn't make sense to me, but that's a different topic for a different day. You guys keep on hating on Kyler. He's still going to produce week in, week out.
He's QB6 over the last 2 weeks when he's been playing, so I don't
understand.
I don't think you're not starting him at this point.
I started him over Tua this week, and I will continue to start him over Tua this week, every week moving forward. Kyler's my quarterback 1, and Tua is taking the back seat. That's just my thing. But we can talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow night. We will be live tomorrow night, most likely 7 p.m., not 8, because Justin has some family coming in. As the sun goes down, my sickness gets worse. So you don't want to see me. I'm like a werewolf at night. I turn into someone you don't want to see. My nose gets all you don't want to see. So let's go to the running back situation. Saquon Barkley, number 1 running back on the week, 30 points. Jaylen Warren, number 2, 23.5. Jahmyr Gibbs was number 3 with 21.5. Christian McCaffrey, of course, 21.3. And sneaky good. Joe Mixon, 21 points. Tied with Gus Edwards, though, 21 points. I know you've been a big Gus Bus guy.
Gus Bus all season. I got Jalen Warren and Gus Bus in one league, and I started them both, and somebody called me crazy. Guess who blew them out?
Yeah.
This guy.
Anyway, wide receivers. We have number 1, Calvin Ridley. Stupid. Everyone gives up on this guy, and all of a sudden he goes nuts.
Go nuts. Oh, man, I was not paying attention this weekend.
31.1. Tyreek Hill, 30.6. Poor guy can't play Fortnite, apparently. I feel your pain, dude. I haven't played Fortnite since Thursday, so I feel your pain. Tank Dell, man, 28.9. There's got to be discussion on Tank Dell on Fantasy Friday. If we do a Fantasy Friday show this week, Dynasty Friday, because Tank Dell has been a topic of discussion on where you rank him in your Dynasty rankings at the wide receiver position. Is this just a hot streak or is he legit? We'll speak about that on the Dynasty show. Keenan Allen, 27.6. And then rounding up your top 5 is Brandon Ayuk, 26.6. Most of those points are coming off of one play. Busted coverage. Jamil Dean fell down. But Brandon Ayuk took a 70-something yard pass to the catch to the end zone. That's what happens if your defensive back falls down.
I mean, it's 13 of his 26 points, but yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's half.
That's half.
That's
half.
He's
got 13 points without it. Yeah, that's half.
13 points will make him
way
around
down there.
24, 25.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's big time. And the tight ends, we have George Kittle. I'm so sick of this guy. 22.9. He just continues to produce. I don't know how or why.
How's he not dead yet? I mean, just
I don't understand how CMC.
He's 30.
CMC, Kittle, Ayuk, and Purdy all in the top 5 this week. We named a 49er at each position this week in the top 5.
Well, that was the Texans like 2 weeks ago.
And who do they play? Trends, guys. Trends. Pay attention. They play the Buccaneers, both teams. So, who plays the Buccaneers this week? I guess we'll talk about that tomorrow night.
A great question.
Yep. Travis Kelce, tight end 2, didn't feel like it, 15.4. Josh Oliver, 14 points. Is that the guy wearing number 84? I can't stand they let someone wear Randy Moss's number. I can't stand that. But Josh Oliver, tight end 3. David Njoku, 12.6. And Stone Smart, 12.1. Tight end, Los Angeles Chargers.
Who, just like we all predicted, Stone Smart outscoring everybody. What really annoys me about the tight ends this week, specifically the other Chargers tight end that is not their starter, Donald Parham. I dropped him for another tight end this week, and he scored pretty well in the league that I have him in, more than the 9.7. And my tight end put up 0 points, so that was
wow.
Cool.
You got a 0.
Yep.
I know somebody who put a bet. Because we're allowed to gamble now. Someone bet that Donald Parham would score 2 touchdowns this weekend. Didn't happen, but it's a pretty good bet. People are all in on Donald Parham this week. But we're not talking about that. Let's get into the injury news. We have a lot. And Justin, can you take over? Because my voice is going out.
Yeah.
Time for injury news.
All right, so first up, of course, we all saw Thursday Night Football. If you watch Thursday Night Football, Joe Burrow out for the season with a wrist injury. Can't even grip the ball. I don't know what Josh is doing with his wrist, but that's basically what Joe Burrow is doing with his wrist. So keep listening if you got Burrow like I do. You're going to need a replacement, and we'll try to help you with that. Geno Smith also likely to play on Thursday. He didn't think he was going to play this Thursday, back on Sunday, but as of yesterday, Pete Carroll expects him to be available for the Thanksgiving day. He's got a tricep contusion. Devon Achane, he's back and he started again. So same knee, he tweaked it. He's day to day. Mike McDaniel said that they took him out of the game as a precautionary measure. He was trying to get back into the game, but they said no. On the other hand, another younger rookie, or not a rookie, but another younger running back, Kenneth Walker III, has an oblique injury. We keep seeing these a lot this season with some of our premier fantasy players. He's not been ruled out for IR, but he likely IR has not been ruled out, but he likely won't hit it. It's probably going to be like, in that case, I bet it's a 2 to 3 week injury. They play Thursday. Doubtful that he's going to play, which means Charbonnet season. Next up, Cooper Kupp. Who could have called this one? He has a low ankle sprain.
Hold on. We don't victory lap injuries.
I'm sorry, not victory lapping, but somebody called him dead at the beginning of the season, and nobody believed him. So, low ankle sprain day to day. Yep,
he's not dead. It's unfortunate. It sucks, man. It sucks.
I know it sucks, but the best players are the ones that are available, and if you can't be available, then you're not a best player. That's all I can say.
CH is available. He's not the best player. Justin Watson, 11 targets, by the way. Man, I can't wait. 11 targets. All right, go back.
He's Justin Watson's probably scored more points than Cooper Kupp this year. Next up, CeeDee Lamb, another high value guy. He has an ankle injury. He was limited in his walkthrough yesterday. No reports on whether or not he practiced today. AJ Dillon also limited in his walkthrough yesterday. He has a groin injury that popped up somewhere. He played the entire game on Sunday. So, but this is important because Aaron Jones likely to miss Thursday with a knee injury. What was feared to be a torn ACL was not a torn ACL, but he is most likely going to miss on Thursday. Donta Foreman, ankle injury. He scored a touchdown. He had a great game. This is very unclear. He came out of the game. Nobody really knows what his timeline looks like right now. And same with Puka Nacua, who has a shoulder injury. Very unclear. This is Matthew Stafford's favorite target with Cooper Kupp out. So hopefully we get some more information on that before this week.
Cooper Kupp is wide receiver 63 on the season. Just saying. I can't find Watson. I keep on scrolling down.
I didn't say this season. Oh, did I say this season?
Yeah,
this last week. But anyways, Watson had a touchdown yesterday, by the way. So,
well, we know
probably scored more points than Cooper Kupp did this week.
We are aware.
Let's get to the priority waivers.
This week's priority waivers.
Justin Watson's wide receiver 76 on the season. 76. Cooper Kupp is 63.
Cooper Kupp was drafted in the first round of every fantasy draft. So,
I mean, Deontay Johnson's 66. Hold on. Here's one.
Drafted Christian Watson, the 9th round.
Christian Watson, 79th. Man.
If you drafted him, I'm sorry anyway. So
yeah, I agree with that. Debo,
I have Cooper Kupp in a dynasty, and I traded for him this season. So I went against all things that I've ever said of Cooper Kupp is a bum, and he's had 2 great seasons in his NFL career, and the rest have all been very bad.
So we have 2 top priority must adds.
Yes.
We didn't bring up Mark Andrews on this injury news, but
I forgot about him.
It's okay.
Might be
Don't worry. Everyone's aware. Everyone is aware. If you log on X or anywhere, we all know Mark Andrews, and people are complaining about hip tackles. We're gonna run out of ways to tackle people. You can't go low. You can't go high. You can't hit them in the chest. You can't hit them in the hip. I don't know anymore. But I know this. Mark Andrews will be missed. Sucks. But Isaiah Likely is a good fill-in. Maybe.
John Harbaugh did not rule out Andrews returning by the end of the season. So
that's fine. But we're talking about week 12.
We are.
And we're talking about you need to win now. There's teams that are 4-6. They're 5-6, whatever it may be, and they need a win. So maybe you need Isaiah Likely. He is the de facto number 1 guy coming in, but does that mean he's going to be the number 1 target or Mark Andrews' replacement? History shows no. No. He's nice. He's a great athlete. He's awesome. Every time he gets a situation where he is the number 1 dog, he fails. It happens every single year. Well, he's only been in the league for 2 years. But what I'm saying is he's had opportunities when Mark Andrews has missed time, and he hasn't really produced. But I'm not telling you not to add him. I'm telling you, he's not going to save you. He's not going to be Mark Andrews 2.0. There's a reason why he's playing behind Mark Andrews. There's a reason why he's not finding time on the field. There's a reason why he's not getting targeted. Now, don't give me this, well, we only play one tight end, yada, yada, yada. If you're good, you will find ways to contribute to your football team. Isaiah Likely is an add this week. He's a must add, but temper your expectations. Look at that waiver wire. Look at the tight end situation for you and go, man, do I really want someone who may be good? Because think about it. Odell's going to get targeted ahead of him. Say Flowers. I mean, Gus Edwards is going to run the ball. Sorry, Bobby. Gus Edwards is going to run the ball like 10 times and score 4 touchdowns. I would just temper your expectations with Isaiah Likely. I don't know how you feel about it.
I agree with you. His strength of schedule down the stretch looks decent, but yeah, he's not going to be the number one target like Mark Andrews was. You got a lot of guys in front of you that's going to be demanding more targets now, and he hasn't done enough while Andrews has been out over the last 2 seasons already. So I wouldn't expect them to make a run all of a sudden going strictly Isaiah Rodgers. Isaiah Likely, the other Isaiah that didn't gamble and get suspended for the season.
The only so last year week 8 and 9 were his best two best games, 7 targets and 5 targets each. He had touchdowns in both games. That's why they were his best games. If he didn't score a touchdown just like the other games, he wasn't relevant at all. He was tight in 35, 43, 55. Like he was somewhat irrelevant. Yes, he was playing behind Andrews most of those games, but you go to this year, like I said, good players find the field. He's had 4 targets, a season high in week 9. That's it. The rest, 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1. He's just not finding time on the field. And I don't understand why you would temper a great player while sitting him on the bench. You have Nelson Aguilar out there running routes. You have old busted Odell Beckham. This guy can't find the field. I'm not saying don't add him. Again, add him, but don't think he's going to save your team. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Next guy on our list, Zach Charbonnet. The opposite of Isaiah Likely. He can save your team. He can help you out. If you had Kenneth Walker, why didn't you have Charbonnet already? Rostered in 45% of leagues, so almost half. He was a guy who was a second-round pick for the Seattle Seahawks. People were really afraid of taking time from Ken Walker, but Ken Walker dominated that room. Then all of a sudden, 3 weeks ago, Kenneth Walker gets hurt. Charbonnet gets more playing time, and he's actually looked pretty good. What are your opinions on this guy right now?
I mean, he's done well even with Kenneth Walker in there. I expect obviously he's going to get an increased workload. The Seahawks really like him, so I again expect him to get more. And with Walker being out probably 2 to 3 weeks, he's de facto RB1 in Seattle. I mean, they're not going to be giving the ball to DJ Dallas and Kenny McIntosh over Charbonnet at this point. Yeah, they'll start getting some carries, but it's not going to be outdoing him. And also, DJ Dallas's picture scares the living
DJ Dallas
piss out of me. Oh my god! But over 10 points the last 2 weeks. Again, as a backup running back, that's going to go up.
And you like to see the pass catching. Last week, especially 6 targets, 6 catches. That's pretty nice. The week before that, 5 targets. So,
yep,
keep that target count up. Maybe Geno's not feeling 100%. He needs to dump it down a little bit more. Look, we love targets with our running backs. Everyone loves targets with our running backs. My worry is who's going to get the red zone touches. Is it going to be DJ Dallas? Is it going to be a guy like that? Or are they actually going to use Charbonnet? That's my problem. But he is a 1,000% the most important waiver wire pickup this week. I would spend listen, week 11, we talked about it. It's already gone far. You need to go all in with your fab. If you have any fab left, push it all on the table because this could be your Rashad Penny. This could be your guy to get you into the playoffs and not only just get into the playoffs, get you further into the championship game and get you a chip. I mean, he's not explosive as Penny was, but he's going to give you the opportunities. And we don't know if Kenneth Walker is ever going to return this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, not enough to like be a fantasy impact for you, especially if you don't make the playoffs. So get into the playoffs by picking up Zach Charbonnet.
All
Next
right,
up,
Jayden, can you want to take this one,
yeah,
please?
sure. Jayden Reed, he is rostered only 36% on the Packers. We all know Christian Watson can't stay on the field ever, literally ever. And with already Aaron Jones going to be taking a seat back, we don't know the actual status of AJ Dillon. This only leaves so many targets. You got Dobbs and Jayden Reed at this point, and then what, Luke Musgrave? Jayden Reed's an obvious pickup, even without scoring a touchdown last week. He still put up 19.2 points. That's incredible without getting a touchdown. That means they actually like him. He got 6 targets last week, 4 receptions. What was his yards? Only 46 yards. What did he do other than that?
Balled out.
How did he
What
get?
else do you need to know? He balled out. What else do you need to know, Justin?
I
Make
don't
it
know. The math is not mathing for me right now because 4 receptions, 46 yards
You know
does
what?
not equal
Let me go
19.2
on my
points.
sleeper app and let you know, because I don't. Let me tell you
I'm
something.
looking at Sleeper right now.
I held on to this guy forever, and I finally got rid of him about 3 weeks ago, just
Of course you
because I
did.
I needed a room. Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah.
Anyone I drop balls out. Just
Yeah.
I should. If you want to sign in for our Patreon, which doesn't exist right now, I'm gonna add a feature who Josh drops, and if you get an alert, and whoever I drop, go pick them up because they ball the f out. But
That'd be
he's the
amazing.
he's
And
the best. He really is the best receiver on that team. It's not even close.
yeah.
I don't understand the snap counts. So he had 4 catches, 46 yards. He had a 46 yards rushing, Justin, and 1 touchdown. How do you not
Oh,
understand
that's
that?
that's why. Because on the stupid computer app, it doesn't show you
Yeah.
the
Yeah. That's
rushing
why we don't use
for
computers,
receivers.
Justin. We use phones. We use
Okay.
mobile devices.
Okay.
No, on player profiler right now, they only show him at 46 receiving yards. They don't show you the rushing. So I
Oh,
was trying to.
there's his touchdown. Okay, so he did get a touchdown. It just stupid computer doesn't show it, but the phone does. What the?
Yep, he's rostered in 36% of leagues. He's someone that you must add. Well, he's worth a look because you don't want to start him because that 1 rushing touchdown was kind of fluky, but he is the best receiver there. He is. It's
Mhm,
just when are they going to start using him as the best receiver
mhm.
instead of Christian Watson? Guy's a bum.
Yep.
Next guy, Baker. Let him bake, baby. I told y'all this guy wouldn't be too much of a bum. I told everyone in the preseason, like, he's gonna sling it. It's gonna be fun. Mike Evans will still get us 1,000 yards. And that's everything that we said would happen. Um, Baker Mayfield has been very decent for fantasy. Last week, only 11.3 points. Sucks, but the 49ers, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Before that, 19.3, 19, 21, 17.2, pretty much average, really good, top 12 numbers from a guy. He actually was 11th, 8th, and 10th before this 49ers game. So you might get him at a discount. You could probably get him free right now. You don't need to spend fab on this guy. So if you lost to Joe Burrow, if you're worried about Geno Smith, if you're worried about any other quarterback that you may have not producing right now, Baker Mayfield is a great start. Justin, do you have anything else to add to this?
I mean, if you're looking for somebody down the stretch, he's already had his bye week too, so you don't have to even worry about somebody coming in with their bye. If you're not quite sure about Jake Browning stepping in for Joe Burrow, I mean, you could go get Jake Browning, but again, he's had 0 career starts in 4 years, so I don't know how much I'm trusting that. Baker Mayfield is the guy. I mean, I would consider last week to be a fluke of him not scoring a lot. Again, he played San Francisco. He's got Indy this week, who has a very young secondary, then Carolina, then Atlanta, then Green Bay. He's got
Yes.
4 very winnable matchups. Baker's been balling out. He wants to prove that he is the starting quarterback for the Buccaneers moving forward. I think he's going to continue to be play spoiler for the Buccaneers first round pick.
I think so too. I think that, I just want to say this. I was driving around town. I shouldn't have been Sunday night after the Buccaneers lost, going to CVS, getting my medicine. And a lot of people calling in on the local radio. We got to sit Baker. We got to sit Baker. A lot of people. And it's like, not because they don't want to win. It's because they want to lose. Here in Tampa Bay, they want to lose. They want Todd Bowles fired. They want Baker gone. But Baker's like, F y'all. Shh. I'm over here slinging it. I'm making wins. I'm making things happen. Listen, let Baker bake. It's all good for fantasy. That's all. It's great for fantasy. Let's let Baker bake.
Yep.
Oh, this next guy. I don't understand this next guy. I don't understand because I didn't watch the game. I will say that because I was dead. But I will say Ty Chandler getting 10 carries. Alexander Madison is a complete trash can at this point. He's completely useless. Ty Chandler, we told you to go pick him up, I think, last week or the week before. He's at 44% now. He had 10 carries. He outproduces Madison every single time. This guy is the starting running back for the Vikings, yes?
You would think so. I know going into Sunday's game with Madison still playing after his concussion, they even said like from the start that they were going to split carries. I'm very curious how that's actually going to continue doing with Ty Chandler doing so well, especially getting the four targets and receptions and the 10 carries. I mean, that's quite a bit of touches for a backup running back. We told you guys last week to go get him at 9%. He's now sitting at 44%. So if you don't pick him up this week, you might miss out on Ty Chandler.
Yeah, 10 carries at 4 targets is huge. Madison is just not producing the way nobody thought Madison was going to be like electric and some game changer, but this kind of like cements it. It's not a offensive line problem. It's not a scheme problem. It's a Madison problem. He's just not the guy, and they need to move on from him. And they will. 18 carries is ridiculous. 18 carries for Madison against Denver is ridiculous. It only produced 80 total yards, whereas Chandler got 14 opportunities and had 110 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Ty Chandler is the guy going forward. Go pick him up right now.
Yep.
And the last guy on our list, Demario Douglas, wide receiver, Patriots. I told you to pick him up last week because he was on a bye. But
dude, we continue to say every week to go get Demario Douglas, and every time we have a guy where we tell you every week for like 3 solid weeks, they do really well, and then people get on him too late. So
yeah, he was on a buy, so you could have got him for free. You could have he was green. You could have hit, when you go on your waiver wire list and it's Thursday afternoon, he was green. You could have just added him for free, but you chose not to. You decided. So many people out there decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to keep Joshua Kelly. You know what? I'm going to keep some bum backup tight end. What are we doing here? This guy is the number 1 receiver for a team that sucks. Not going to lie. But when they suck, they're behind. When they're behind, they need a throw. They may be moving on from Mac Jones. They may not. I don't know at this point. Don't care at this point. Demario Douglas has proven he's a solid guy. He had 9 targets in week 10, 7 the week before, 7 the week before. He's highly involved. He's a young stud who wants to prove that he can be the wide receiver 1 there. Go pick him up. $1. You'll pick him up for $1. You're fab easily. In what, you're holding on to who? Who are you holding on to at this point? People are still holding on to a backup tight end. Makes no sense. Go get the upside. You need upside in the playoffs to win. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. It's just common sense.
It's all true. He also has a favorable matchup over the next couple of weeks too. Giants, Chargers, Steelers.
Giants are not favorable, are they? Are they favorable? I don't know. They shut down Josh Allen 1 week. The next week they get blown out. I don't know with the Giants anymore. They shut down Sam Howell somehow. Well, Sam Howell still had a good week, but they didn't. Sam Howell didn't have a good week last week, did he?
Yeah, he did.
They got a pick 6, so the Giants defense.
Okay. Well, Sam Howell he had 20 points.
Yeah. Well, that's what Sam Howell's Jameis Winston at this point. Jameis freaking Winston.
Oh, 3 interceptions. Wow. I just realized that.
Yeah, 3 picks.
He had a rushing touchdown, though. So
hey, all fantasy points count, man. They all count. Do we got anything else to cover on the show?
No, that's it, man. Just tomorrow.
Just tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we'll be back 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Mother-in-law coming into town. We don't get any outro music today? I like the outro music.
What are you talking about?
Outro music? I don't hear it. Oh, there it is. I hear it now, Justin. See, you almost got me. You almost fooled me on that one.
Man, your sickness is like...
No, It's congested. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. Guys, again, I apologize for my sickness. I used to have an elite immune system. I did. But now I'm 37. It's gone. Just like some of y'all's chances in the playoffs when you lost Mark Andrews and Carson Palmer. It's just gone.
Carson Palmer, Joe Burrow.
Whatever his name is. That's how delusional I am. But guys, tomorrow night we'll be back. I'll be better. I'm taking a steroid shot after this show. We're going to be breaking down starts and sits of the week. Dynasty Friday. Have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't see you, peace out, guys.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. Follow on X and Instagram at OUSFFPOD. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.